Hi, Theo here from ElectroFX.com, bringing you the next video in my day trading series. On the board we have the pound dollar, January 21st, and the area in question right now is this area. It was obviously a very busy area, a lot of decisions were made there. We had a nice push down and now we have returned to that area. We had a previous attempt on this trade, which I'll explain later. For now we need to set up the trade. This is a WavEFX chart. This is how I prefer to read the faster price action, and I'm going to use the trade manager tool here so that we can do this in a set and forget fashion and also judge our risk reward before we even enter the trade. The simple trigger concept I'm going to use here is quite simply, if we do not break that high and we come down and break this low, I'm going to use that as momentum and direction. And if we do break that higher, I'm going to cancel the trade before it even enters. So here I'm going to place a pending sell line, and just above I'm going to place an X sell so that if things go this way the trade will not happen, and if the trade does happen I'm going to need a stop loss. So I'm just going to pop in a stop loss, and then we need to judge our take profit. We're going to have to shoot down in this area, so let's take a look at that. Take profit in there. It looks like 24 pip risk, 24 pip take profit. That's certainly reasonable. We do have to account for the possibility of some slippage and what have you, but I don't really want to shoot any lower than that. As I read this market, we definitely had a serious reaction out of that area, and we had a serious blockade in that area. So definitely this is trading within a range. It's not your safest trade in the world, but I do believe this one has room to run. If it does not quite make it to my take profit, I don't want this trade to turn into a loser, so I'm going to place a break-even point on that trade and really just pop this down a little bit further. So the reason that I'm interested in this trade within a range is that the latest information I have available to me is a higher high, a series of higher highs and a series of lower lows. So we kind of have momentum in both directions. The market's definitely open and we have a trading range. I think we could actually make it down into this area even, but this is definitely a safe play. Just go for that first low that is in the way, the first obstacle, and I'll pause this video and get back to it at the next juncture. Okay, this trade has triggered. We're in the trade. Things look like they're going well to start with here. I can just note that my stop loss is in the right place and my take profit is okay. Looks like we've switched it a bit. We're now risking 25 to get 23, which is not optimum for me, but I don't really want to shoot any lower than that, so I'm going to have to make do on this one and use my break-even point as a safety net in case it doesn't work out. This previous trade was really trading a similar situation. We were trading this area and obviously keeping in mind this area down here, so still trading in a range, but in this case the price action was much cleaner at that time and we had still some direction to come down and even challenge this low and make a lower low. So the same trigger mechanism was used and price skewed against me to start with, but then it came on down, and once it's gone into profit, pulled back against me and gone back down to an equal or lower low than this is where I will move to break even if I'm able to keep my eye on the chart. So that's what happened on this one, and now we're sort of reattempting that same trade, only now we're not going to expect a lower low than this at all, and we're going to expect to just be within that range and keep things safe. So that's our target, and I'll pause the video and get back to it at the next juncture. Okay, this trade has just run down through the break-even point to the take profit, so the trade is now complete. This was a pure example of range trading, trading within a range, not the safest type of trading, and you do need a little bit of skill to do this, but that's how it works, and this one worked out. The previous one was just a break-even. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and do stay tuned for more.